Controlled flight into terrain. The operative word here is controlled, because no pilot would deliberately fly the airplane into the ground. There must be other circumstances which lead to this misfortune, such as poor communications or a loss of situational awareness. When flying with 2 crew members, you need the benefits of all 4 eyes, 4 hands, and 2 well-focused minds to maximize safety of flight and avoid complacency in the cockpit. What you are about to see is a demonstration of how misjudgment can be magnified under stressful flight conditions. Then you'll see how effective teamwork between the left and right seat can be used to overcome even the most difficult circumstances. November 0 Golf Oscar is a small commuter airline landing at an intermediate service stop. Although the captain and first officer are both experienced pilots, the first leg of this flight has also been the first time they have flown together. The trip has been about as stormy in the cockpit as the looming weather ahead of them.
Yeah, I need you to get a weather briefing. Would you calculate the weight and balance too, and pre-flight the airplane. I'll do everything else. We need to be out of here in about 25 minutes. Let's get going.
This sucks. I don't believe he's doing this to me, just like on the first leg. He'd better get his personal life together and concentrate on his job. This is not right. Thunderstorms are reported over the ridge now. Huh. I saw them as we were over the pass inbound to the airport. We might be able to beat the storm if we get off the ground in time. The destination looks VFR on arrival. Okay, we'll try to get a pilot report if we get airborne. Okay, thank you.
I know. We're going to be there. We're going to make it anyway. We're staying on schedule. We're about to leave. Okay, don't start that again. Listen, we're going to be there. We'll talk as soon as I get back, we'll talk. Okay? Okay. Hey, are you ready to go yet?
No, not all the passengers are here yet, so I don't have all the necessary information.
We'll just guesstimate. It's going to be close enough.
It's going to be very close to gross weight.
Well, just make the numbers come out to gross weight, and we're going to be all right. Besides that, we're going to burn some fuel on the way out. We're going to be all right. Let's go.
Before I forget, there's some weather inbound over the mountains. It'll be over us about the time we're ready to go.
No. I checked the weather, and look, we will be gone by the time that storm arrives.
Do you get this rushed on all your flights? Because I don't like it.
Look, I'm the captain. What you need to do is finish the flight planning, get these people on board so we can get out of here on time. If you don't like it, when we get back, you can quit. Okay. But for right now, we're out of here, okay? 20 minutes.
Okay.
Let's go.
The thunderstorms he saw on the way into the airfield have now moved over the ridge of the mountains they are about to cross over. Rapid changes in weather are typical of the challenges you face when flying in and around mountainous terrain. What we've seen so far is a formula for disaster. The pilot is far too absorbed in his personal problems to make sound, rational decisions. He has delegated responsibility for the weather briefing to the first officer. When the first officer advises him to delay for weather, he not only fails to listen to the advice, but turns it into a tense situation between the 2 pilots. His macho attitude, due to his past experience when he says he's flown in worse conditions, is an overconfident mistake. No pilot can afford to substitute this overconfidence for careful evaluation of the flight at hand, especially when flying in stormy mountainous terrain. The first officer finds himself in a difficult situation. But as much as teamwork is needed in the cockpit, being a team player has to take a back seat when dangerous decisions are being made. The first officer's obligation here is clearly to insist that the pilot pay more attention to a threatening weather briefing. But he permitted himself to be ignored, and the mistakes are about to be compounded.
Okay, I figure with the 2 other passengers, their baggage and our fuel load, we're going to be about 250 pounds over gross weight.
So what's the problem? We can handle that. I've flown heavier than that.
As heavy as we are, we're going to have to circle over the NDB to get out of this valley.
What for? We'll drop down 20 degrees of flaps, climb out about 70 knots. We'll go right to the NDB.
I'd like to check that in the performance chart for our temperature and pressure altitude.
Look, why don't you get the clearance, call ground, and let's get out of here.
Okay.
We're running late enough as it is.
Flight 21, we're going to remain at the gate until the weather passes over. We'll depart in about 20 minutes.
Flight 21, roger. Advise when ready for departure. November 0 Golf Oscar, I have your clearance when you're ready to copy.
0 Golf Oscar is ready to copy.
November 0 Golf Oscar, cleared to the Piccadilly Airport as filed. Maintain 9,000. Expect 10 minutes after departure. Departure frequency will be 126.7. Squawk 1224.
0 Golf Oscar, cleared as filed, 9,000. Expect 110, 126.7, and 1224.
November 0 Golf Oscar, readback is correct.
0 Golf Oscar, roger. Are you showing any weather out to the west over the mountains?
My radar doesn't indicate weather very well, but I do have some pilot reports of severe turbulence and heavy rain showers in that area.
Roger, thanks. What are we going to do about this weather that's coming in?
What weather? That doesn't look bad. I've flown in lots worse than that before.
Okay, but I don't like it. Just in case, I'm going to get the approach out for runway 16.
Back here? What for? We're not coming back here anyway.
As we're taxiing out, I'm going to check the radar and see if we can paint the tops of the clouds.
Look, on that here, all you're going to paint are the top of these hills, okay? Look, what you need to do, brief the passengers, finish the paperwork, and let's get out of here.
Okay.
November 0 Golf Oscar, when entering controlled airspace, fly runway heading, release for departure.
Hey, I'm all set to go my side. You ready?
Yeah, right. I wish we could have briefed this departure before we really get into trouble. If we run into any really bad weather, steer to the left away from the really high terrain. Maneuvering speed's 148 knots.
I know. I've been here before. Call tower. Tell them we're on the roll. Let's go.
0 Golf Oscar is on the roll. Runway 16. Airspeed's alive, 70 knots, rotate.
Man, this stuff really rolled in fast.
I'm going to bring the inertial separator to bypass.
Yeah, it's just rain. It'll be all right.
Ah, Gale! Flame out! Ignition on! Your nose down. That's pretty heavy. I think you got a crack in your windshield.
Oh.
Leading edges are beat up too.
Now just hang on. We'll be out of this in just a minute, okay? Just hang on.
At this point in our demonstration, our captain has virtually lost his ability to pilot the aircraft. The first officer, despite his best attempts to warn the captain, has allowed events to progress out of control, focusing more and more on his mounting frustration with the captain, instead of regaining control of the flight.
We got to go back. Get that approach plate out. Call the tower. Tell them we want to go back now. Declare an emergency.
Approach control, this is November 0 Golf Oscar. Level at 5,000, declaring an emergency.
November 0 Golf Oscar, turn left heading is 010, climb and maintain 9,000. I'm showing a low altitude alert and you need to climb immediately to maintain terrain clearance.
Get maximum allowable power in.
It's there.
Push it up. I'll tune the radios for the ILS.
Hey, the flaps up.
Stay below maneuvering speed, that's 148. Approach control, we're climbing the best we can.
November 0 Golf Oscar, say nature of your emergency, souls on board and fuel remaining in time.
Stand by. I can't believe you got us in this
What's the localizer frequency? Set it up.
110.9.
November 0 Golf Oscar, turn left heading 200, 2 miles from Dunbar. Descend and maintain 7,000 until established on the localizer. Cleared ILS runway 16 approach.
Roger, 200 on the heading. That's a pretty good cut on the localizer. Make sure we don't blow through the course. You're going through the course, turn left.
November 0 Golf Oscar, turn left heading 090 immediately. I've shown you flown through the localizer. November 0 Golf Oscar, how do you hear? November 0 Golf Oscar, approach.
Let's recap some of the errors we've seen demonstrated by the captain and first officer. Although adverse weather has certainly affected the aircraft's performance, there are several clues in the two pilots' conduct which would indicate a loss of situational awareness. First, the captain suffered from get-there-itis. His disruptive attitude has been domineering and macho. On the other hand, the first officer has displayed a passive-aggressive attitude, offering opinions he wasn't prepared to stand behind. Other clues that reflect a loss of situational awareness include departing in adverse weather, a clear departure from standard operating procedure. Taking off over gross weight, a violation of regulations and limitations on the aircraft. A failure to meet targets like those for altitude and headings. There was poor communication between the two crew members. And there were too many distractions in the cockpit with an emergency at hand. For the purposes of demonstration, let's make some changes for a moment and use the final critical moments of this flight to model the vital role teamwork plays under demanding flight circumstances.
That's pretty heavy. I think you got a crack in your windshield.
Oh,
Leading edges are beat up too.
call tower. Tell them we want to go back now. Declare an emergency.
Approach control, this is November 0 Golf Oscar. Level at 5,000, declaring an emergency.
November 0 Golf Oscar, turn left heading 010, climb and maintain 9,000. I'm showing a low altitude alert and you need to climb immediately to maintain terrain clearance.
Approach control, we're climbing the best we can.
Look at that approach plate out. Take a look at that.
Okay, this will be the ILS to runway 16. The frequency is 110.9.
All right.
Okay, inbound course is 160.
Okay, set.
NDB is 351. Place the approach plate in the on your side. Go. Should we brief the passengers?
Yeah, why don't you let them know?
Okay, we'll be on the ground in about 5 minutes. Everything will be okay.
November 0 Golf Oscar, we're showing level 4 weather areas just moving in over the airport.
0 Golf Oscar, roger. Static heat.
Yeah, that's checked.
No smoking and seatbelt signs.
Yeah, I've got those on.
GPS nav switch.
It's set to nav, thank you.
Power.
Yeah, coming back a little bit. Set.
November 0 Golf Oscar, turn left heading 200, 2 miles from Dunbar. Descend and maintain 7,000 until established on the localizer. Cleared ILS runway 16 approach.
Zero Golf Oscar, left turn 200, 7000, ILS runway 16 approach. Pretty good cut on the localizer. We'll have to be careful to not overshoot.
Okay.
Ready for the before landing?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Seatbelts and shoulder harness secure on the right.
And left.
Fuel tank selected both on.
Check and verified.
Fuel condition lever high.
Is set.
Color control.
Is set. I'll take 10 flaps, please, sir.
Course align.
Yeah, got it. It's coming in quick here.
Gotten a little bit to the other side. Have to take a little more aggressive cut on it.
Okay, good call.
Radar.
Check that.
Autopilot.
Is off.
And flaps are holding at 10.
Okay, and we'll take 20 flaps.
Flaps are set to 20. There's been some pilot reports on wind shear. We might hold an extra 15 knots on final. That should take care of us.
Yeah, okay, we're gonna kick around. Just be sure that their seatbelts are set, okay?
Make sure everybody's got their seatbelt on. We're within a couple minutes of the airport.
And we got tower set coming up on fine approach.
This is November Zero Golf Oscar with final approach fix inbound for the ILS to runway 16.
November 0 Golf Oscar, cleared to land, runway 16. Wind shear advisories are in effect. We've had reports of wind gust up to 25 knots in the area.
Zero Golf Oscar, roger. Runway 16.
Altitude?
1000 AGL. AGL, we're still IMC.
Okay.
No contact with the airport. 300, I've got the approach lighting.
Okay.
Runway's in sight.
Very good.
Tower just called that a wind gust of 25 knots. Good job. Good job.
Yeah, we can take this taxiway here.
Yeah.
Over ground.
On November, Zero Golf Oscar is clear of the active request taxi to parking. We're parking at the main ramp today.
Notice how the captain has now provided focus to the emergency activities involved in landing the aircraft.
Zero Golf